When it comes to from, the most obvious question is, what the hell is going on in this town? That's what people want to know. That's what people are striving to find out. What's going on, what's happening, and why it's happening. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why certain things dealing with the monsters are exactly what they are. And I'm going to explain this to you. Not only will I explain it to you, I will give you the proof that you desire to let you know that this is 100% true. So do me a favor, if you can, hit that thumbs up button for your boy. 500 is the like goal, and subscribe to the channel for more from mystery. When we deal with this show, the number one thing we deal with is the monsters and exactly why they are and why they act the way they do. I'm going to explain that to you right now. In my other video that I talked about this theory, I'll get a little bit more in depth about it. It is called the four humor theory. The four humors were four primary bodily fluids: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile, believed by ancient physicians to determine people's health and temperament. An imbalance of these humors was thought to be the cause of illness. This theory originated in Greece, but later was expanded upon and became the dominant medical belief in the Western world for over 2,000 years. The four temperaments were sanguine, and this was associated with an abundance of blood, resulting in a cheerful, social, and optimistic person. Another was melancholic, caused by an excess of black bile, resulting in a thoughtful, serious, but often depressed temperament. Phlegmatic, associated with abundance of phlegm, leading to a calm, stable, but potential sluggish or apathetic demeanor. Now, why do I say this? It's because of the last one. And the last one is linked to an excess of yellow bile, and that is called caloric, leading to anger and an ambitious disposition. And this is exactly what happened when dealing with the parents who sacrificed their children. They were just too ambitious. They wanted to live forever. So what happened here was the person who was in charge convinced them to use the four humors to help them live forever. But instead, he stripped the other three humors, leaving them with only yellow bile. In 1506, the first date that we see in the lighthouse, this was the medicine of the time. People would have believed it. So the entity, knowing how greedy these people were, wanting to live forever, gave them a con. He pulled away all the other three humors and left them with the yellow bile. Now these humors were also associated with a certain element. Sanguine was air, caloric was fire, earth was melancholy, and water was phlegmogenic. So we know that if you were caloric, which means the bile one, it was associated with fire. And this sets up perfectly when we see the proof that I'm about to give you, and that is the autopsy. During the autopsy of the smile monster, Christy was very upset because she didn't find anything inside of the smile monster. But what she did find when she looked inside was that all of the organs were bone dry, that they were all just petrified. This has to do with the four humors, the one humor that they have left. As I told you before, this humor is associated with fire. So dry, fossilized bones is what you would find because fossils are formed by extreme temperatures, and the four humor of bile is associated again with heat. But while she also looked inside, what did she find? She didn't find any blood. She didn't find anything but yellow bile.
That's bile.
It's bile. It's
good, right? It's liquid. It might be something we could use, right?
Yeah, maybe it's something.
So not only do we have the actual substance, the only substance left inside of this monster's body, that still may not be enough proof for you. And that's cool. I am cool with that because I am here to give you all the receipts. So let me give you proof number 2. And that proof number 2 is jasmine.
Jasmine. Jasmine.
Poor old porn stash. I am sure it gets lonely in Colony House and you need some type of companionship. But he chose to go after a monster, a literal monster. And he does get his wish. He gets to kiss his girl. Good for you, porn stash. Really got love for you for doing so. But it's not that I want you to pay attention to. It's exactly what he says to her that helps prove my theory.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
My handsome boy.
Your hands are so warm.
Did you think they would be cold?
So he was shocked that her hands were so warm, and she says, what did you think, they'd be cold? And why are they warm? Well, we talked about that. When you have only yellow bile in dealing with the 4 humors, it is associated with fire. And that is the reason why she is warm to the touch. But that is not the only proof I'm going to give you. Let's go on to the man drinking out of the skull. Have tinted this skull to make it look somewhat golden. In alchemy, gold is the highest state of perfection. This man drinking blood from this vessel means he is trying to harvest the life force, the sanguine humor, to achieve immortality and power. The eye messed up in his head that we clearly see in ancient humoral medicine, an imploded or collapsed eye was often associated with a total loss of vital spirits or a massive imbalance of black bile, which is heavy and sinking. The monster only having yellow bile because they are dry and hot means that they are literally thirsty for the moist, warm blood of humanity. And this is why Fatima must drink blood in order to bring back the smile monster, because that's what he needs at that time. This is why we see the monsters collect things when they're collecting them, because they are trying to get their humanity back. And this is why they rip open the chest cavity and they also pull out all the organs, because they are trying to get what they have, and all they have now is yellow bile and heated, petrified insides, and they want that warm, moist back in their life. This is why the 4 humor theory works. It is not dealing with religions and Norse gods or fairies. This was a guy who came to them, convinced them that he could make them live forever if they gave up their children. And it was just a snake oil salesman, so to say, that allowed them, that tricked them, that conned them into this eternal life. They got their wish. They got the eternal life, but just not the way that they wanted it. There are many things I could say, but if you still aren't convinced, let's look at how the monsters treat their victims. We know they aren't feeding. Let's think back to Kelly, the girl who was pinned with the steel rod through her skull. Why did they leave her? Why didn't they just kill her? Why did they leave her alive for hours? Because they were harvesting. In this ancient practice of medicine, the primary treatment for an imbalance of the humors was bloodletting. To cool a body or to purify it, you had to drain the blood out. When we see her pinned to the tree, the monsters are literally creating a tap. They were letting her life force, the hot, the moist blood humor, drain into the earth. Now remember, the monsters are hot and dry yellow bile. They are thirsty. They aren't just killing for fun, they are performing ritualistic bloodletting to feed the dry soil for the town and the roots of these trees. Now I provide you with a lot of proof for this for human theory, and I'm not going to go into things I went into in part 1, so check out my last video that I did that talks about this. But this new picture from Collider actually helps my theory along that I came up with when the first teaser trailer dropped, and it goes with the 4 humor theory. So go check out that last video, but you can clearly see in the back of them that there is a rope hanging there. They are all looking at something. I told you that it would be Jim hung up, and I explained that the monsters are not just killing, they are doing ritual kills from different time periods. And if you go check out my last video, I get in depth in that. So please check that one out. The first video about the 4 humors one, the one I just did before. But I'd like to thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for thumbs up in the video if you did so ahead of time. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.